very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabra. It's always a pleasure to have you joining us for our political conversation. Today, Prof, we are talking about the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. There's a bill in Senate sponsored by Aaron Cheriot, a product of the National Dialogue Committee. The proposed bill seeks to amend the elections laws, removing requirement for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to live stream presidential results. What the bill seeks is for the transmission to be done electronically. And if Kenyans want to see the election from different polling stations, they just go to the IEBC website without going through our media houses. Look at this bill. What comes to mind as we Kenyans are talking about transparency and accountability?
You know, one characteristic of backward people is to turn very simple things into very complex things. That's one of the major characteristics of backward people, primitive people. Of course, there are others like being wasteful and the absence of planning in what they do. Elon Musk was questioning American election. He was saying, look, California, I don't know how many days, were there 18 or they are still counting votes of an election done on the 5th of November. Yeah. And India, with 640 million voters, they were able to do that in a day or so. So, what are we talking about? Transmission of results. What results are we transmitting? So it is politicians like Raila Odinga. And now you can mention all of them. I don't know if Mkia Mtata will be one of them. All of them. Kalonzo Musyoka. They have been played all this long and they have refused to see. Wanajipeleka kichinjio wenyewe kwa mnada, wanaenda kwa mnada, wanaingia kichinjio. BOMAS is a slaughterhouse. And yet BOMAS is not even necessary. So I doubt the capacity of these big politicians to think.
What do you mean by BOMAS is not necessary?
You see?
Hi, welcome to High School. My school, a reputable institution, an epitome of learning. It offers high-quality education.
IEBC.
A standard library with pleasant environment for reading. An art club, a home science club, a computer club with vicious lessons. Our fully equipped laboratory is top-notch, with standard 2 in core curricular activities. Swimming, karate, table tennis, netball, basketball, volleyball, just to mention but a few.
To enroll your child, contact us through 0728 040 883 or 0770 587 921. High Peak Schools, quest for excellence.
The United States of America has their own BOMAS. Do we ever get to hear about it? Does it even seem to feature? They have their BOMAS. Congress, at some point, they will look at those votes and certify them. Long after somebody became president, they are only waiting for being sworn in. And the law is absolutely clear in black and white. The election of a president takes place at the polling station. You vote, announce the results, and they pin them on the door. Hakuna matokeo ingine ya president. Imekwisha. What are people going to do in BOMAS? If I run for president, I don't go to BOMAS. I just get my results. The critical point where I know I have won, because you will know, within 3 hours of the polling ending, polling is supposed to end around 5 in the evening. 5 or 6, I've forgotten. Let's say 5. The law, again, that we are now using, says no polling station shall have more than 700 voters, right? Yeah. So you'll be finding 100, 90, 500 at most, 600 at the extreme. Counting takes place within minutes, and they begin with the presidential one. Within a matter of minutes, I have supervised the elections at the university students, and there are big numbers of votes in one hall, like hall 9, I used to be there, thousands. And we do it within an hour or two, we are finished. So if no polling station has more than 700, how long does it take to count votes? And there are many polling stations with 90, with 40, with 30, with 150. Latest by 8, 9. 8 o'clock in the night, 9 on the voting day.
Yeah.
I hear this time it will be, I don't know, 10th or what.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock, saa 3. Mimi nimejua nimeshinda. Na wewe ndio tulikuwa tunashindana na wacha these other runs. It is you and I who are there. You also know you have lost. You call me.
Concede.
To concede. In the interest of the country. I address the people of Kenya and thank them for electing me President of the Republic of Kenya. BOMAS watafanya, those are formalities. They have nothing to do with who is the president. What is wrong with these politicians?
Then why are we talking
What
about...
is wrong with these politicians?
Why is live streaming
These
now?
are useless people.
Why
I
is
have
live
always said this.
streaming? Yeah.
Allow me to get mad a bit.
Yeah.
I've always said the leaders we have in this country are just overrated people. If you get to sit to them like this, they're just useless people. They're overrated. They don't have intelligence, most of them. What are you going to do in BOMAS? The law tells you your election is at the polling station. Kura ipigwe, itangazwe, uweka kwa ukuta. Wewe unaenda nini BOMAS? Sasa, you are supposed to have your agents. You are supposed to work with the media. By 9 o'clock, you know you have won the election. What are you waiting to go in BOMAS? If you are running for governor, you have already addressed the people of Vihiga and thanked them. And we do a lap of honor. From Mbale, you move all the way Majengo, Gambogi, Banja, you move across Luanda, 3 hours at night with lights and flarings.
Yeah.
Thank you, the people of Vihiga, for making me governor. What are you waiting in? You are sitting somewhere for 3 days waiting to be made governor? By who?
I'm asking you that.
Nobody at the BOMAS can make you president. The people have already made you president at the polling station. What is your problem? Kenya has less than 50,000 polling stations.
Yeah.
And most of them are in a number of centers. So we are maybe talking about 20 or less thousand polling centers. There's a polling center which may have several polling stations. And then there's a polling station. So if the polling station last time I checked were less than 40,000, the centers maybe were just 20,000 or 20-something thousand.
Even less.
You mean you can't keep people to monitor and give you your votes? The media can't give us who has won? And look here, in America, it is not even the voting that makes somebody concede and another one accept. It is exit polls. If people can declare, if a president can win on the basis of exit polls, you know what exit polls are? It's not counting the votes. It is just when people vote and get out. You get to know.
Hiyo tushachukua.
Yeah, hii imeenda. Sasa sisi uko na votes zote ziko kwa ukuta. Bado unaenda BOMAS. Wewe hata ukipewa president huwezi ongoza. You can't run a country. If you can be stupid enough to go to BOMAS to wait for votes to be declared the winner. You saw even Ruto wasn't bothered with BOMAS.
Yeah.
He knew he was already the president. He just went there for the formality to get the certificate. Ama ni uongo?
Ni kweli.
What are you going to do in BOMAS? BOMAS cannot make you president. The people of Kenya have already made you president at Luombei polling station.
Talk to me about live streaming then. Because you've gone so far. We'll come back to live streaming and transparency, because media houses take this live stream from IEBC.
Yes.
And Kenyans watch TV to get these streams. I remember in 2022 there was
We don't want
some
live
problem
streaming.
there.
It is part of the nonsense. We don't want a whole nonsense, whole country following nonsense on screen. What are they following? Somebody makes a normal mistake, a technical mistake with the numbers. It becomes hue and cry. Rigging has happened. Because the normal technical hitches when you are transmitting results.
Yes.
You can do wrong addition or forget one polling station. And a candidate appears to be winning, but just because of an error. The whole country is focused now on rigging. I am telling anybody who wants to be president, I will only take you serious if you stop being stupid. If you want to be my president in this country.
Is this what we saw with Dennis Itumbi? Is this what we saw with Dennis Itumbi in 2022, where the results were being published by Itumbi for Kenya Kwanza, and the whole of Azimio side was in frenzy because Dennis Itumbi was too fast in getting calculations from polling stations. Is this what you expect?
I just want you cannot be going for the presidency if you cannot know how many votes you have got and what your opponent has got after the close of polling station. You cannot convince me you can be a president of a country. If you'll wait for elections results at BOMAS. You can't convince me. Because the president is a serious matter. So serious that in pursuit of that presidency, you must engage very seriously. You must show high levels of organization, a highly structured campaign, which campaign should be able to tell you in real time whether you have become president or not. And once you know you have become president, you will address the people of Kenya and tell them, thank you. And if it's Manyora, I'll tell them now, I wasn't just looking for votes.
Your point of view is for the aspirant side. Yes. How about the people's side when it comes to transparency and looking at
it is the people who will tell us who they voted. You can't lie. If you are waiting for somebody to cook elections at the BOMAS, that can be cooked. But on the ground, it can't be cooked. I want to repeat this. For you and for anybody listening to me. By operation of the law, the election of president takes place at a polling station. People go there and vote. And it is final. The votes are counted there. You must know the history of this country. Votes used to be carried to some place. Like you vote in my Hamisi constituency in your Luombei polling station. Those boxes, ballot boxes, were then ferried to the county headquarters in district headquarters in Kakamega. So when I count Buteresh, Kuku, then you go to another one, then Hamisi, 2 even days. The law has since changed that for the election of the president, the voting for president takes place at the polling station. The counting takes place at the polling station. The declaration of who is the president of the Republic of Kenya is made at the polling station. Not at BOMAS. BOMAS are technicalities, formalities, just to formalize.
The declaration is in BOMAS, but in polling station,
no,
it is the winner of that station.
No, there is declared, there is there. It's the winner. The winner is, and you, yeah. There's not, BOMAS has no role in making anybody president. It's a formality. Congress will do that long after Trump has become president. You cannot now tell Trump you are not the president. Because they know he was even the man, he was the woman who was running against Trump has already long conceded.
If you look,
so we must set the tradition where the media and the candidates and the people of this country have a way of knowing within 2-3 hours of voting who is the president of Kenya. And let the man who has lost or the woman who has lost concede defeat to the person who has won. And the person who has won, both of them, the loser and the winner, address the people.
You know, when you talk about America, it's Fox News that declared President Trump as president-elect, as the winner. This was due to the live streaming that was coming through the media houses. And immediately after Fox, Trump came out and talked to his supporters as...
the American one, they call an election. We can't have a way of calling an election.
And that's why live streaming...
It's not an official. That's nothing. You're talking as if these votes have been counted or as if it is official. It's nothing official. It is calling an election.
But don't you think that is the importance of live streaming now? When you say we don't need live streaming, let presidential aspirants go to their polling stations, find out their winners.
But what I'm asking, why are we obsessed with laws and regulations? Do you need a law for that? You don't need a law.
No.
It's nothing formal.
Yeah.
It is just the obvious fact, the basic obvious fact on the ground that Kalonzo Musyoka has won the 2027 election. It's on the ground.
So media houses
so
can get
what do you need a law for?
So media houses can just go to the polling stations.
Yes. Too. Media. It's not media alone. NGOs, civil society and NGO, all those. Media, candidates, anybody, observers.
Something that has struck so many people is in this bill that omits provision of addressing discrepancies between electronically transmitted and physically delivered results, and removes a clause stating that failure to transmit results electronically does not invalidate the declared outcome that has been presented physically.
You see, even I like that. I want to repeat this, and I hope I won't repeat again, and I hope Kenyans are listening. BOMAS does not give somebody the presidency. It doesn't even declare the president. BOMAS does the formal work of putting the figures together, collecting and writing the documents, forms, and issuing the certificate. But the people of Kenya will have voted and declared their president at the polling station. Hii mambo ingine yote ni formality. It's just a formality. Nobody should even be in BOMAS. The president of the Republic of Kenya will be known on that Tuesday around 9 o'clock. Latest 10, 11. We know who is the president. Hatungoi BOMAS waendelee na mambo yao. How is formality by law? Wajaze o forms G20, B34B, o aparte 34C accounts G nini, baadaye certificate Kalonzo Musyoka ameshinda. And I pray for him, maybe my words can give him, although he doesn't buy me tea. But we already know who our president is. We are not even interested in what is going on in BOMAS.
All right.
That's the tradition I want Kenyans to establish. What the Kenyan people need to do, if there's need for law, is about how do we decentralize IEBC so that we put validity, formal validity, to the votes at the polling station. So you decentralize IEBC. So that as the returning officer, presiding officer in a polling station or a polling center announces the winner and puts it on the wall, that is now officially captured by IEBC that is fully decentralized. So that this IEBC with the capacity to capture all that on the ground and push it up all the way up to BOMAS. But long after the winner has been declared. Look, let me make it look very stupid for Kenyans, because Kenyans are sometimes very stupid people. We vote for an MCA. Maybe there are only 5 polling stations or centers. 5. We all know the MCA has won. We all go somewhere to go and wait, Kaimosi where? 3 days. Can we get more stupid than that? An MCA is an allocation, which is called allocation, award. Maybe it has 4 or 5, at most 6 polling stations. So it's a small place, we know each other. Hapa amepata ngapi? Oh, na hapo so tunajua fulani ameshinda. But tunabebana sisi yote, tunaenda 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers. Tunakaa huko 3 days tunangoja. Can you get more stupid than that? That MCA knows it. The MCA, the end of the story. Let IEBC do their formalities and tallying and issuing of certificates. Wamuitia certificate yake. Same with the MP. We all know who has won the election. We all know. Especially these small constituencies. Oh, hapo alikuwaje? We know. Everybody knows the MP has won. But kila mtu anabebana kwenda kwa county tallying center. They may be there for 3 days. Look at how ridiculous it looks when there's a by-election of a constituency. Everybody, IEBC, focusing on one constituency, and yet we shall get results after 3 days. That is stupidity we must carry along with us as we go on. That law is not necessary. Let presidential candidates put structures on the ground to make them thank the people of Kenya after they win on this voting day by 9 o'clock. They should know, and they should organize to talk to us, and we begin the celebration. Those who are crying can begin the crying, the morning period. Yes.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation. Prof says, tuende polling station. No need for reliance on IEBC. Everyone can observe at their local place. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.